Okay, let's adjust this camera here. So sorry for the weird angle. I am filming this on my phone because my computer camera is not currently working. So this is for the assignment number 1, the aging video for the psychology class I am in for Idaho State. So the article that I found to talk about is called Ageism, a Prevalent and Insidious Health Threat. So this was published in 2019, and what it does is it starts talking about an experience that a couple people had when they got off of the subway. So basically what happened is some people got off the subway and saw an ad that was for a food delivery service. Now, the problem with this ad was the phrasing. So the exact quote of words that they had on the ad was, "When you want a whole cake to yourself because you're turning 30, which is basically 50, which is basically dead." So that was the quote from the ad, which made a lot of people angry. So this is one of many instances that we see of just very subtle ageism in our society, of these different comments that we make about the stereotypes of older people in our society. So basically, after all of this happened, the people that saw the ad complained about it, commented about how it was affecting stereotypes, and the company ended up apologizing and removing the ad. So this then goes on to talk about a little bit more of the research side of why ageism is bad and what the deficits are that it's actually causing. So the first thing that they talk about is about in 2016, which was 3 years before this article was published, the World Health Organization, also known as WHO, invested $500,000 into research specifically about ageism, the causes and the consequences, as well as different interventions on how to combat it and how we can actually measure it so that we can do more research on it. So the studies are currently supposed to be posted, or at least made public to us. Published is the word I was originally looking for. Sorry about that. Those are supposed to be published sometime this year or next year in 2021. But some of the studies have already finished and found some interesting information. One of the studies conducted that's already been finished, that was conducted by a college, found that when you introduce the opposite of stereotypes to younger people, and you introduce older people that go against those stereotypes to those younger people, that the prejudice overall for the older population ends up going down. So why is this important? Why is ageism such a big thing in our society? Well, it's because the stereotypes have an impact on the actual health of an individual. So a Yale social psychologist named Becky Levy found that stereotypes have direct impact on older people's health and function, and that when you use positive terms about aging, there's less likelihood for older people to have stuff like anxiety and depression, and higher likelihood for them to recover from disabilities. They also, if you use more positive and the opposite of stereotype terms when you're talking about aging, especially when you're talking to older adults or people that are experiencing aging, is the more positive you talk about it, the more preventative health measures they're going to take into place. This is exercise, diet, exercises for the mind, doing word cross and stuff like that. So basically what this article is talking about is the negative stereotypes and how they can lead to higher risk of dementia, because those people are taking those negative stereotypes to heart and are not doing as much preventative health care, and are ending up having a higher accumulation of plaque and tangles in their brain, higher biomarkers of Alzheimer's, and they end up just falling into those stereotypes a lot more. So when we see ageism in public, the reason it's such a big deal is because it's pushing those stereotypes onto people and causing their health to deteriorate. So it's a really big problem that happens in our society.